the Wii U is dead, and you killed it. Well, we all killed it. Hi, I'm Chris Meekin, this fan, and today, Justin is dead. He's dying. He's crying. We killed his goat. Hi, Justin. How are you feeling?
Not my boy.
Oh, gosh. Brody, can you console Justin at all?
I can, but did we kill his actual goat or like his greatest of all time?
Why?
It kind of sounds like you did both. I'm not going to lie.
His
It sounds
goat?
very distraught.
Justin, it's okay.
Wow,
Justin,
it's crazy. I've never actually seen Justin show an emotion until now.
Justin.
It kind of just looks like he's blowing his nose on stream.
Justin, there's still Star Fox Zero.
Oh, well, look.
Star Fox Guard?
Thanks to Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition releasing either yesterday or in a week, depending on when I decide to release this episode, the Wii U is officially dead. It was like 6 feet under, and whoever runs Nintendo these days kind of came out and stomped on the ground a bit and pushed it to like 8 feet under. He created a new expression. There is no reason to own a Wii U aside from the 35 Wikipedia listed games that are still locked and exclusive to the Wii U. At least one of them isn't legally available anyway.
Yes, such as Affordable Space Adventures.
You can't buy that anymore.
People like that game.
You can't buy it anymore.
I never heard of it. Never in my life.
This is the problem with the Wii U, man. No one showed up for it. All you fake
Published
gamers.
by, I'm sorry, no, this is not real. Published by Nap Knock Games, which is a red Wikipedia page, so it goes nowhere, in collaboration with Niflas's Games. These are not real. These are not real at all. I don't believe it.
Do you know the role of the internet, Brody?
I'm sorry.
No. If you discover a red link on Wikipedia, you have to make it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Niflas has made the series Knit Underground, Syra, Fink, Night Sky, Affordable Deep Space Adventures, Ergnog, and Inglet. These are not real.
None of those are real
not
words.
real games.
None of them are real words. None of those are real words.
You didn't play those?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I kept telling you to.
They made a game called R-Type 3.1415926553.
Is that game available on the Wii U, Brody?
793238469.
He's still reading.
That's it. That's the whole.
Thank you for reading.
Is it on Wii U?
They've been credited on Baba as you. God damn it, that's a real game.
Brody,
Okay,
I'm talking to you.
It's not on the Wii.
Then I don't care.
Why would it be on the Wii U? It's
Brody,
not real.
Did you mute us?
Okay, well, we lost Brody. Justin, I know this impacts you especially because the Wii U is very important to you. I know that you are
lifeblood.
You are one of the world's top 387 Dr. Luigi players out of 387.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to know your thoughts as what it's like so many years later to see the Wii U relevant again, only to be stomped down into the ground by us because no one else actually cares.
I was gonna say because it's wild because for the longest time there was only one game that the Wii U kind of needed to be around for, so that way people could play it, and it was Xenoblade Chronicles X. Dr. Luigi.
Xenoblade Chronicles X, yeah.
And it's bizarre that it took them this long to bring Xenoblade Chronicles X over to the Switch. I'm not going to lie to you, because that's not a game that needed to be on the Wii U. Like, a lot of the games that are on the list of Wii U only games, a lot of them are just games that you need to have a gamepad to use, and also Family Party, 30 Great Games, Obstacle Arcade.
I was going to bring that one up. Thankfully, you did it first. Let's talk about it in depth for 20 minutes.
No.
It also has a developer that's a red link.
So, like, you have your Game & Wario's, those games, like, you can't play that without a gamepad. You have your Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, you can't play that without a gamepad. You have your Nintendo Worlds, your Animal Crossing Amiibo Festivals. Amiibo Festival, you could play without a gamepad, but who cares?
I do.
Stop.
I care about every video game, including R-Type 2.1.43954789, developed by Niflas.
Niflas's Games.
Yeah.
It's Niflas with an apostrophe, but it's the apostrophe that comes after a plural that also means possessive, where there's no S at the end of it. So it's Niflas's.
You know, this feels like the Wii U, I'm not going to lie.
Right?
I have a question for you two.
Yes.
Xenoblade Chronicles X is the reason for this season. Have either of you two actually played it?
I have. I have played it. About 5 to 10 hours.
Okay. How'd you like it?
I I liked it quite a bit. I was the only thing that really jarred me as a player who didn't follow much of the development of the game, but I just knew Xenoblade from Shulk, and I was like, I want to try it. On the box is a giant mech, and I was like, that's really cool. I want to fly around in the mech. It turns out you don't get the mech until like 30 hours into the game. So I was playing it. Yeah, I was playing. Shut up. I was playing it, and I was like, "Where's the mech?" I see it in the hangar whenever I go to like my main hub to play it, to like do the story to get to the. It's called the Skell. I wanted to get to the Skell, but every time I saw it, it was like, "Yep, these exist, and you don't have a license for them yet, so you got to keep you got to do your grunt work before you're allowed to have a Skell." And I was like, "Okay, cool."
Does it at least do the thing where the game opens with you in one, so you get the taste of it up front?
No, you actually get like saved out of a pod, because the entire premise of the game is that the world exploded, I think, and everyone left for Neo Los Angeles, and
right.
They find you in like a stasis pod. They're like, "Oh, we found another survivor," and they bring you to Neo Los Angeles. And they tell you, hey, you could help us out with being like, I don't remember what the name of it is, but you help out. And then you join like a task force with Elma and another girl that I don't remember the name of, but she had a Monado clips in her hair. That's what I remember her for. And then you do story things, and then it does the classic thing of, well, you need to do 10 side quests before you're allowed to continue with the main story. So you go do side quests, and then once you're done with all the side quests, you then can go back and do the main story, and it's like a cycle of that back and forth.
It sounds like a JRPG. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. I remember meeting like an alien race, and that was like the last thing I think playing in that game. It just was the fact that it was on the Wii U that kind of dissuaded me from playing it after a while.
The way to play the game itself was the deterrent. I was going to ask what the Wii U added to that game, because all I know about this game is that people are like, oh, this should be on Switch, and there were like gigabytes of downloadable content to make the game run better or something, or
it was
prettier.
gigabytes of like HD textures. It was an HD texture pack. That's was literally what it was.
Was the gamepad just I'm picking the attack I do?
Nope. It was like, you ever played? Okay, do you know Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE?
Oh, I do. That has that guy that we like in it.
Yes, Barry Goodman.
Barry Goodman. That's all I know about that game, despite playing like 5 hours of it myself.
On the Wii U version, the gamepad in that game was just the cell phone. So it was just like people sending you text, and you could look at your gamepad and be like, "Oh, Tsubasa sent me a text. Oh, she's talking to a cat again."
Okay.
That game's peak, by the way. You should play it.
Could you put yourself on Do Not Disturb and not read about her hanging out with cats, or?
You could, but that kind of defeat the purpose of having a gamepad then, Chris.
Sorry, I love Wii U.
The Xenoblade Chronicles X had the same kind of thing where it was just like menuing. It was a map because it was an open world game. Stuff like that.
Okay. And Brody, this is actually one of your favorite games ever. I was surprised you've been able to keep quiet during all of this and keep from correcting Justin, because you've put 300 hours into the game, right?
I played Tears of the Kingdom. It's basically the same thing.
I mean, without Xenoblade Brody. Chronicles X, that's off, that's a Switch game, so you should be buried alongside the Wii U.
Well, I mean, that is a thing though, right? Like Monolith Soft basically saved Breath of the Wild or something like that.
Yeah, without Xenoblade Chronicles X, you don't get Breath of the Wild.
That's
in
crazy.
My humble opinion, because Monolith Soft nowadays is basically just the fixers for Nintendo whenever they're running into an issue.
I mean, that is genuinely crazy, because the world design in Breath of the Wild is so good that I'm like, give me more of that. So whoever did that, like if that's Monolith, put them on more stuff.
You should
that
play.
I care about.
You should play Xenoblade.
I probably should.
They do a pretty good job of that.
Apparently.
That was going to be the last gasp of relevancy I brought up in regards to Xenoblade specifically. Was, do either of you want to buy it on Switch?
Yeah, I have all the other ones. I mean to play through all the Xenoblades, but
That's
things
gonna
just
be my
get in
next
the way.
question. Like, have you actually been beating them, bro, or are you just collecting?
I've beaten Xenoblade Chronicles 1,
Mm-hmm.
and I started Xenoblade Chronicles 2. But then Metaphor came out, so
Oh,
started playing Metaphor.
I see. Okay,
it-
so you dropped one JRPG for another.
They're so good. They really are really great games.
What's the name of that one boss you guys like?
Something Roberto.
Rude Roberto or outrageous.
Immovable Roberto. No, Immovable Gonzalez. That was his name.
Yeah, he was run out into the Gower Plains and he's running around at level 87
And he's
or
just
some
there
nonsense.
at level 80. Yeah, he's just sitting there.
Ah,
Immovable Gonzalez. Thank you, Nico, in the chat.
Fantastic.
oh, hi, Nico. Out of all the people in chat who would know, it's Nico. Because if you didn't know, we stream this live on Twitch at Crub_official every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We just went through daylight savings, so I don't know if that's standard or daylight, so I just say Eastern because I'm uneducated and American. You can join us in chat, and if you're not around, we are changing this soon, but episodes of our audio podcast go up on Fridays. Soon it'll be Mondays. This will age very badly in either direction. That's all the plug I'm going to do right now because I want to talk about the Wii U so badly. I've been excited about this all year. And
So
We've been
looking at the remaining Wii U only games.
okay.
Yeah,
The
Fast
ones
Racing Neo,
Fast Racing Neo, the sequel already came out on Switch.
Sports
Fast Racing RMX.
Connection.
Who?
Exactly.
Yeah. Pushmo World.
That's actually one that should move off of the Wii U.
Yeah. I like that little guy.
I'm picking names that I explicitly have no idea what these things are, and you're like, yeah, I platted that. It's like it's a Wii U doesn't have a plat, but I did it.
Pushmo is a series of games that developed by Intelligent Systems.
Yeah.
They're made by Intelligent Systems, the guys who make Fire Emblem.
The guy.
It's a puzzle game.
Yeah, you play as this cute little doughy dude and you push and pull blocks out of the foreground and you got to try and like maneuver them around. It was the 3DS series, but they put one on Wii U and I think it had like Mario Maker-esque stage support or something. Maybe I didn't play a lot of the Wii U one, I'm not going to lie. But it's a cute game. They should put it on
That's why
Switch.
it should be off of. That's why it should be off of the Wii U. And then everything else is like Splatoon 1, where Splatoon 2 and 3 are already on the Switch, so you don't need it. Paper Mario Color Splash, which Origami King's on the Switch, so you don't really need it.
I mean, those are like where Splatoon 1 to 2 is like that is just a more advanced version of the same game, and also still bad. But Color Splash to Origami King is like those are entirely separate games. Now, Color Splash, not good. It's not a good game, so there's that
also,
aspect to it.
Also, Origami King just kind of takes what Color Splash does and does it better.
I'm like curious about Color Splash intellectually, but I don't think I'd play it for more than 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the only person I've ever heard the only person that I've only heard say nice things about Color Splash is Kevin. But Kevin then also says you might as well just play Origami King. Because Color Splash is just worse Origami King. Kirby and the Rainbow Course is also another one that I'm like, I don't think you can do that outside the Wii U because it's drawing the lines.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be impossible because the Switch, I guess, has a touchscreen, but I guess you can't play it both docked and undocked at the same time. So you would need.
It would like be an undocked only game.
It's great for Switch Lite owners, bro.
Yeah,
I don't pay attention to the Wii or the Switch 2 rumor mill, but wasn't there something about it having like a weird DS peripheral or something like that?
Yes, there was, and there was also a rumor that it was gonna the Joy-Con, you could put it on its side and use it like a mouse.
DS
So
peripheral.
theoretically, there's a way to. I mean, if the peripheral is a thing, then there would be a way to do DS games, obviously, on Virtual Console or the streaming service, whatever it is, but also Wii U games.
Why are we talking about the Switch 2 when we're talking about the Wii U, which did have DS games? Might I add.
It did.
Yes,
It did.
You
That's
played
the main
Brain Age
thing
on
that
it,
the Wii
right?
U. Yeah, you could, and that's the game that everyone would buy, so that way you could boot homebrew on your Wii U, so that way you could hack the Wii U.
Oh yeah, right. That was the one.
It would
wasn't
launch through Brain Age. It would launch through Brain Age.
I was just playing it organically because I like Brain Age. I wasn't like all you pirates and illegal people. You know what I mean?
So
I was just hanging out with Dr. Kawashima because him and I are good friends.
Actually, legitimately, the Wii U now only has I would say 2 reasons to exist.
Hey,
One of them is pirating.
one of them is just to do illegal shit, you know.
Like actual No, I thought that was a weird segue into Wind Waker.
No, and I would say the other one is that it has all the Zelda games on it. Like every single Zelda game except for Tears of the Kingdom now.
Yeah.
They all
like
exist
wisdom,
on the Wii
bro?
U.
Like that is the definitive way to play Wind
yeah.
Waker. I don't think that I could see myself playing the GameCube version.
I don't think the
playing Wind
GameCube
Waker
after the
HD.
Wii U version exists. I think the GameCube version is obsoleted.
Yeah, I mean, there's a part of me that would like to see a version that's the GameCube version, but with the Swift Sail, right? And with the Triforce Hunt rejiggered. But like, otherwise, yeah.
It's just like the Wii U version of that game is just straight up better in every way. And playing it on the GameCube version is just being like either A, stubborn, or B, you've been speedrunning that game for years, so you just know it forwards and backs.
Oh, stubborn.
I mean, like they changed the cell shading, right? I think it still looks great, but there are some diehards that are going to be like, no, it needs to look like a Unity game.
It's got the bloom, bro. $60 for Wind Waker HD on eBay. Basically MSRP.
Still, yeah.
There's also Twilight Princess HD, which I don't think was as big of an upgrade.
No, because when Twilight Princess at its core didn't need to change all that much.
It also fundamentally ages much worse. Like visually.
Yeah. It needed the demudifying that the HD version did.
Yeah, but I mean even that, like you have those weird character designs that like, you know, are very classic Zelda even when it looks realistic, like you know, look at Ocarina or whatever. But it's just they don't hit in the same way, whereas Wind Waker is like, oh, that's timeless. Like that's a timeless visual style.
Mm-hmm.
They updated it, but like all the models still look like good and they don't scare me.
I just like seeing the Ukus with the pierced nips in HD. I didn't play that game, but I looked at the screenshots a lot.
I like the idea of you're like, I'm not buying this game, but
well, I like the work they did, so I'll
Alexa,
keep a tab open.
Alexa, Google Uku nipples.
Why are they pierced? Tell me the lore reason, Justin.
I don't know.
I don't even know what an Uku is.
They're
Brody's
little
the
bird
one
things
whose
that would
picture is-
teleport you in and out of the dungeon, right?
I only played up to the end of the first major temple in the HD version.
Oh.
In the GameCube version, I couldn't get past the fishing tutorial.
Brody?
In the HD version, I got to about there, and then I kind of fell off.
Brody.
plus Elf.
Brody, I want you. I want a live reaction, okay?
Wait, I feel like I've seen these things before, but yeah, give it to me.
OOCCOO. Just Google it real quick and tell me.
I do remember these things. I do. These things
also,
are
I guess they
horrifying.
weren't pierced.
Did you, Chris? Did you Freudian like pierce their nipples?
I
A
may
lot
have
of them pierced.
I may have made a custom edit and looked at it so much that I forgot the original intent.
I don't like this one, which is only a few scrolls down of an. It's got 7 bikinis and a smile on its face.
Oh, that was one of mine. Did you find it? What was the account name? I forgot how to log into that.
Oh, I hate these things.
They're great, right?
I like them a lot, actually. Well,
They
look,
should get these guys instead of the Ruto.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah. What I want to know, when did you guys first get a Wii U? Were you early adopters?
I got my first Wii U. I don't know why I said first Wii U because it was the only Wii U I ever bought. But I got my Wii U when they announced Smash for Wii U. When they announced it. Not when it came out, when it was announced. So it was that summer.
That's a few years in, right?
The summer of 2014. And the Wii U launched in what, 2010, 2011?
No, 2012.
Yeah.
2012. So 2 years in, I got mine.
That sounds similar to mine. I think I had the same thing. I think I got it because Smash was coming. I don't think there was anything else in particular that was like enticing me to actively get the system.
Yeah, no. I got mine then, and I got it on a deal off of eBay where it came with Nintendo Land and Scribblenauts.
Oh.
So I had those games on the Wii U just to kind of hold me over because there was literally nothing else on the Wii U at the time that I cared about. I think Pikmin was out at that point. I think Mario Kart was out at that point. No, Mario Kart was not out at that point. Because
2014 or is it 2015?
I think that was May 2014.
Right. And then Splatoon was May 2015 then.
Yes. Okay. And Smash, I think, was a holiday. It was
October?
Smash first came out on 3DS in October, and then November the Wii U version came out.
Right. Yeah. So I remember being at the Sonic Boom Sega event in New York City, and Smash was everywhere, bro. That Nintendo store was playing Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver music in that store. The energy for Smash was there. Let me tell you, they were telling themselves they like the Wii U. It was great in there. Yep.
It was like, oh my God, the Wii U's so revolutionary. They also had amiibos because that was Smash launched with the first wave of amiibo.
Well, I want to save amiibo. I want to save amiibo because I seem to be the one early adopter here. And I need you to know what it was like because I think we've all forgotten or we weren't there.
Amiibo?
No.
Are you talking about amiibo? Or are you talking about
let's save amiibo.
Wii U?
Let's save amiibo. December 2012 is when I bought a Wii U.
Oh, you bought it at launch, basically.
I told myself I wouldn't, but I really wanted Pikmin 3. So I said,
that makes sense.
This is an investment for Pikmin 3. Pikmin 3 then got delayed till August 2013. So I looked at my Wii U and said, what do I do with you? So I played a lot of Nintendo Land.
Mm-hmm.
I played a lot of Nintendo Land.
A lot.
Then I played some more Nintendo Land, looking at my list of games here. Back then, it would take approximately a minute to a minute 30 seconds to load from a game back to the home menu.
Yes, because they didn't release the
system update, which is a 40-second trailer on the Nintendo of America YouTube channel, displaying the difference between the original operating system and the new operating system to show how fast the new one is, which is still like 40 seconds. It's one of my favorite videos. That lasted a while. Then there was the Nintendo Direct of early 2013, where Reggie came out and all but said, look, guys, we get it. Once a month, a 30-cent NES or SNES game will be put on Nintendo eShop. It's about the games. First month. Balloon Fight.
There you 30 go. Cents.
An entire month later. F-Zero.
There you go.
2 months
They're
later.
Really treating you.
Punch Out. Good game.
Good game. All good games so far.
4 months later. Kirby's Adventure. I had some games to play at this point. They were adding up. 5 months later. Super Metroid.
So the first 5 months of you owning a Wii U, you bought 30-cent ROMs that you've had for 25 years.
Yeah, they were pretty much all in Animal Crossing. And I played them as a 7-year-old. And I was like, this is kind of nostalgic. It's like Animal Crossing, but a Nintendo system. And then there were all the ones that you could play from your Wii. And then pay the upgrade fee.
Compatible. Mm-hmm.
To have save states. So be glad you got this thing when you did, guys, is what I'm trying to say here.
Well, yeah, it's so funny because your story is so inverted to mine, which is that I got mine a few years in. It was refurbished at a used game store, and I did not. So I did not get Nintendo Land, right? Like because that was the pack-in title, and I didn't.
That's like the best game.
Get it? So I've never played Nintendo Land. Never touched it.
Oh.
Never. Still.
No, I picked up. On the day I got it, I must have picked up Smash. I think I picked up Monster Hunter Ultimate 4 or Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate.
That was a launch game,
which
or close to launch.
I played about a couple hours of, and then when I don't get it, and then didn't play more, and have continually been confounded by what Monster Hunter is since.
It's the correct stance.
I bought Wonderful 101, and I never put it in my system.
What?
Never.
You never played The Adventures of Wonder Red?
Never once.
That's like one of
not.
You bought it and didn't play it.
I got Wind Waker HD.
Okay.
I got. That's all that I can think of for that immediate moment. But I do know that a couple years down the line, I did finally pick up Pikmin 3, but I got it entirely for free using Nintendo my Nintendo reward system or whatever. Because I don't know what point system they were using at the time, but I was able to literally just
the deluxe edition
to get
exclusive.
the entire game for free. And then I played it and I was like, this rocks. This is the best game on the Wii U.
It's pretty good.
Pikmin 3 was really good.
Pikmin 3 is so good. I'm struggling to get through Pikmin 4. Like I play a little bit more and more every day now, like over the past week or so. But man, like Pikmin 3 just gripped me. I don't know why Pikmin 4 is having such a hard time.
But Pikmin 4 has Ochi.
It does, and it's good. And I'm getting more into it as it's getting more mechanically dense. I think it takes a lot of time to ramp up, and the mission-based bite size, we know people are playing this on the bus development sort of style of the game is clashing with how I like to experience games, whereas Pikmin 3 was very much like, this is an adventure in the way that you would expect a video game to be.
You can't take your game controller away from the TV despite the screen, so we're gonna make sure you sit there for a while, peasant.
Yeah, well, and it was cool. I think I played it. I think I don't know if I played it with the gamepad or a Wiimote, but it was good to like point and click, and all that stuff. It was just really good, and navigating between the three protagonists was good. And I know you can do that in Pikmin 4, right? With Ochi, you can swap between them, but I haven't found a particularly good reason to do that yet. Maybe that'll change once I'm commanding more Pikmin at a time. But
well, you know what? I'm going to place a bet. In 3 weeks, you'll have the answer. There's one more stop we need to make before the amiibo.
Do you remember that when Mario Kart 7 or Mario Kart 8 was coming out, if you bought the game early enough, they just straight up gave you another game on Club Nintendo? If you registered the game on Club Nintendo, you got your choice of either Pikmin 3, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, or Wind Waker HD.
Club Nintendo.
I think that's how I got Pikmin 3.
That's how I got Pikmin 3.
It's because years later I realized I could register all the games for rewards, and then I registered my Wii U and I got the game.
Did they give you a digital copy?
Yeah, it was a digital copy.
I owned all 3 games. That was my issue. I was like, that sounds nice. Yeah, okay.
Because I think I traded in my copy of Wind Waker HD to get Mario Kart. Because my brother was like, just trade it in, get Mario Kart 8, and then get Wind Waker back. And then I ended up picking Pikmin 3 instead. Because I was like, I just want to try Pikmin 3.
Okay.
And I bought Mario Party years later. I mean, Wind Waker years later. I bought it back years later because I was just like, yeah, sure, why not? Like,
real diehards play Mario 3D World on the Wii U for the 8-directional camera.
I don't.
8-directional movement. I don't need no analog stick.
That game is good. Mario
It's good
Kart,
now.
Mario 3D World?
No, it was good then, but it's better now.
It was good. It's better now, but it was very good then. I enjoyed it thoroughly on the Wii U.
Yeah, that was all right. It didn't do much
the
for
Wii
me.
U does house my most disappointing $60 I've ever spent.
Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric.
No, I did
Sonic
not buy
Lost
that.
World.
No, Mario Party 10.
Oh.
And I'll tell you why. I was in college. I buy Mario Party 10 for $60, only to find out that you can only actually play that game properly if you have a Wiimote. Yeah, right. So I had my Wiimotes at home, didn't have them at college. So the only thing I was able to do with that game was play the Bowser mode, where you play as Bowser using the gamepad, disrupting someone else's game. So I bought Mario Party 10, paid $60, and then got cucked. Had to watch people play Mario Party, watch the NPCs play it. I wasn't allowed to. I just had to be Bowser on the gamepad watching.
I love the idea that you were just sitting there like, I can't not play Mario Party.
Right, because I just spent $60.
As a college student, yeah.
If you think about it, when you're sitting and looking down at the Wii U screen, you kind of are in the cuck chair. I think you hit on something there.
That was like the worst $60 I've ever spent ever, I think.
It's not bad. And
I spent $8.50 on Taco Bell delivery the other month.
I'm sorry to hear that. That was a choice you made, though.
We did make you do that, to be fair.
Make me?
We canceled our plans with Brody, and Brody got sad. It was like, well, I need to do something with my night.
It was the original date for the basketball bracket.
Oh, yes, it was.
I got sad that it got canceled, and I'm like, screw it. Paying Taco Bell's $8.50 delivery. I need it.
We had our big Crub all
You
hands
just
meeting.
got in the car.
No.
We were like, we're just
far.
not feeling the basketball bracket anymore, Brody. All collectively, sorry, Brody. Brody's like, oh man,
Taco Bell's like a
better
city
overspend
over.
on fast food now.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I made it
you
worth
paid
it.
Someone $8.50 to bring it.
I made
it. Well, because I've never done. Okay, in the past like 10 to 15 years, I have never done a Taco Bell order that's just like for one meal. I always order it for like, this is my food for the weekend. So I'll drop like $80 to $100 on a Taco Bell order.
Why?
Oh, my food for the weekend, $80 to $100. That's like a week grocery bill for people.
Well, yeah, no, of course. This is a special indulgence. It's not a common occurrence.
This is a catered delight for the evening, guys. I mean, come on. Like, get it through your skulls. I'm just treating myself.
Brody.
Yeah. Well, look, they have so many good options that it's hard to choose. I don't like. Do I want a taco? Do I want a chili cheese burrito? Do I want the 5-layer burrito? Do I want the 3-layer?
Why pick just one?
Like,
why not have
cheesy?
it all?
Do I want a
Do I want a double cheese burrito? Do I want the cheese it big cracker cheese it taco?
I want all of them, and I want them over the weekend, so I put them in the fridge and I eat them.
You realize that Taco Bell food is just the same 5 ingredients put into different forms.
Yeah, but the form informs the flavor.
The flavor's the same.
No, a chili cheese.
It's all taco meat.
I used, until I was like a later teenager, all I would get from Taco Bell was soft tacos with meat and sour cream, and that was it. And usually we had to upcharge for the sour cream because cheese, meat, cheese, and sour cream. And the thing is all tacos came with, by default, are meat, cheese, and like lettuce.
Yeah.
So the sour cream is either an upcharge of like a little bit, or you get a supreme and take off the tomatoes and the lettuce. And different Taco Bells would vary on how they would allow you to do this and which was cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all I would get every time, because I thought, well, yeah, it's all the same stuff. Why would I bother? Then I started working at Taco Bell. After,
you worked at Taco Bell?
I just couldn't get it off my mind. You know, I had to get to know it a little better.
When I was in college, between programs, I worked at Taco Bell, and I learned that there were different things. And the thing is the people that handled the food would just make themselves food and eat it. I was cashier, so I didn't have the same, they didn't teach me how to make the food. So if I wanted free food, I had to ask one of my coworkers, but I was allowed free drinks whenever I wanted it.
Just imagine you hovering by the cook being like, oh, it's like, there's only 5 ingredients, but really the form really informs the flavor. Like, there's really a lot going on here if you stop and think about it, Kevin.
And
I really feel like a chalupa today.
They did teach me how to like deep fry like fries and the cinnamon twists and the apple pies and the churros. So I would sneak myself apple pies and churros like constantly, because they were like the one thing that I could do that with. They would tell me to put down 5, and I would always put down 6 and then take one.
Because you had fryers, because we didn't have fries at our local Taco Bells until like a couple years back.
Oh yeah, we had to like
Taco Bell fries weren't always a thing.
Yeah, if the fries were out for more than like 20 minutes or something, we had to always like make a new batch of fries, so they were always fresh or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're constantly snacking on like quote unquote cold
20-minute fries. Yeah.
The funniest thing was I saw a video, like a Vine or something years ago, that was like, oh, you shouldn't eat at Taco Bell. And the other guy's like, oh, why? Because they use fake meat. And he goes, no, but they cook it with fake fire. And I went, that's real. They do cook it with fake fire, because they do they sous vide the meat, right? The meat's like pre-cooked, but then they sous vide it in the thing beside the fryer, and so there's no actual flame involved in the cooking process.
I would say, but a sous vide is just boiling water. Like that's
but there's no fire.
Food.
There's no fire involved.
That just sounds like one of those bullshit podcast clips. Like Connor O'Malley's been posting those as bits, and I've been sharing them, right? But it's just like, did you know that it's like the fire's fake, bro? What do you mean the fire's fake? Yeah, dude, you got to go in there and look, dude. The fire's fake.
I was like, because people got really mad at Panera because that's how they make their mac and cheese. Is they sous vide the mac and cheese in a sack.
Yeah, that's what they do at Taco Bell.
That explains a lot about the Panera mac and cheese, actually.
Yeah.
And so while I was at Taco Bell, even though it was harder for me to get free food, I did get discounted food, like legally within working there.
Legally?
And so every day before I left, I would usually like skip lunch, or I would have it, but before I left, I would get 4 chili cheese burritos for the price of 2 chili cheese burritos. And I would go home and I would eat them, and they were delicious. They became my new favorite thing above just a regular taco. Now I'm a little iffy on that, but then I decided, okay, well, let's explore the menu.
Holy shit.
I'm just imagining you walking in, kicking the door open, spreading it like a stack of cash. It's like, this is my entire weekend right here. Time to load up Super Mario Maker and go ham.
Can you
done
get
that
me
based-
20
well, not the Mario.
chili cheese burritos?
Like, there was one time, okay, so the Taco Bell that I worked at was a bus ride from my house. It was about a half-hour bus ride. And many, many years later, after I had stopped working there,
Right.
I was in my hometown, and I decided to take the bus, go down to the mall there, where the Taco Bell was, and then on my way back, I was like, you know what, I could go for some Taco Bell. And I ordered like $120 worth of stuff, including like 4 drinks.
This is
Including
a
like
frequent thing.
four extra large Baja Blasts.
Most people do this once and are like, okay, I finally got to live in this wretched life. Back to the grind. You're just routinely going to Taco Bell and being like, $80, you know.
Why would you buy 4 Baja Blasts? They get flat after a day.
I'm on the bus carrying like 4 Taco Bell bags and balancing a full one of those like drink carrier things with giant things of Baja Blast, riding the bus, shaking, hoping.
What are you doing?
You looked over at the guy in the bus who probably hasn't had a good meal in a week, and he's probably looking at you like a big old like meat bouncing on the thing, and he's like, could I have some of that? There's one guy, and you're like, no, this is my weekend. I'm sorry, I can't help you.
This is my weekend.
It's $120, dude.
I mean, in college, I used to get 2 Panormous pizzas from Pizza Hut because they had a deal, and it came with a 2-liter bottle of pop of choice. So I would pop one I would eat one on the Friday night, pop one in my fridge, and then just eat all the Panormises and drink the pop throughout the weekend. Now that was a good deal though. That was like $18 for that. That was
my roommate in college did the exact same thing. You get the Pizza Hut big dinner box, and it was 2 pizzas, breadsticks, cinnamon breadsticks, and the drink for like $15-$20.
Yeah, now they got the Trizza one, the triple threat where they give you the cookie pizza or whatever, which is delicious. But I don't need it, but
Justin, did your roommate routinely go and spend $80 to $120 at Taco Bell?
No, my roommate only ate 5 foods, and it was pizza, Fig Newtons, Pop-Tarts, black and white cookies, and like that's it. And and croissants. He would get croissants. So he only ate those 5 things, and sometimes I believe he is still alive. I saw him post on Facebook, so I think he's still alive.
Tried his 6th food this weekend. Feeling happy.
I won't dox his name, but Kevin and Nico both know this person as well.
Okay.
So he would order his food, and he would order the black and white cookie, and sometimes it would mess up and give him a black and white milkshake instead.
What is a black and white cookie? Is it an Oreo?
Do you not know what a black and white cookie is? Okay, so black and white cookie is a cookie. It's about the size of a CD, about the size of like a disc you'd put into a PlayStation.
Right.
And it's like a cakey cookie, pretty soft, and it would be frosted with chocolate frosting on one side and vanilla frosting on the other. It's a very famous cookie from New York specifically.
Oh. Okay.
The chat is saying it's also like it's from Seinfeld. He loved those. So he would order them from the local pizzeria.
Right.
With his I think he would order pizza, so that's another thing he would eat. Like cheese pizza, only cheese pizza. You'd order it with his pizza, but they sometimes would mess up and give him a black and white shake, which is just a cookies and cream shake, basically.
And that was no good.
That was no good. I got the shake. I would get the shake. He'd leave it in the freezer for me and be like, they messed up my order, Justin. And I was like, ooh boy, free milkshake.
Oh, I see.
And then I would drink that milkshake while playing what was the name of that game?
Star Fox Guard.
Star Fox Guard on the Wii U.
Yeah, this episode's about the Wii U.
I don't remember how we got here.
We were talking about $60 Mario Party 10 when Brody would spend $120 on Taco Bell.
Which
that's how we got here.
In my limited ability to defend myself, I've only done the rough $100 Taco Bell order maybe 3 times. Once in the instance,
too many times.
Once in the instance that I had explained where I went there and I was on the bus. Once when I did the $8.50 delivery fee because I needed to make that delivery fee count. And then one other time because I was just hungry.
It felt like the energy was kind of mellowing out. And then you said, in my limited ability to defend myself, and it just right back up. It's only 3 times, guys. I mean, it's not like a problem. It's not an issue. It's just 3 unrelated circumstances.
And the third time is because he was hungry.
It's a good reason to get food, but
yeah, you not $120 at Taco Bell.
Look, Justin, he was hungry. I mean, look at him.
Well, it feeds you for a while.
Just as a snack, just as a humble snack, I have 2-day-old bean burrito in my fridge from Taco Bell.
I would never get a bean burrito. A bean burrito almost ruined Infamous for me.
I'm not getting down this rabbit hole. No.
Again, the energy was like, okay, it's mellowing out. Bean burrito ruined Infamous, bro. Evil Cole?
No, I shouldn't say a bean burrito. It was a regular burrito, but it was my first time having Taco Bell bean paste, and it was such an abysmal experience. And I happened to be playing Infamous for the first time because I had bought it, and the bean paste was so bad that it colored the experience of Infamous so much that I did not go back to that game for months. Eventually, I did, and it became one of my favorite games. But Taco Bell almost destroyed my love for a series, or my ability to find a series that I dearly love to this day.
Sometimes I take a step back and I'm like, are we being too hard on Brody recently? Let me evaluate our behavior and be good friends. And then this happens and I'm like, no, we're maybe been a little lenient on Brody, actually.
Yeah.
Mutts?
Listen, all I'm saying is, Brody, like, think of all the things that we've been through.
Rabbids Land was on the Wii U.
It was.
You ever eat Taco Bell and play that one?
So I'm gonna do my little like spiel of my experience with the Wii U.
Just drink some 6-day-old Baja Blast while you do, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink some flat Baja Blast. Like it is the consistency of still water at this point.
Listen, the Baja doesn't make it past the day. Like I'm drinking all the Baja that night.
You should not be drinking that much
Baja. Goes multiple
4
days.
Large Bajas in one day, Brody.
Yeah, sometimes. A couple of the times, yeah. A couple of times maybe they did make it to the next day. I don't know, but like probably not. It's Baja Blast. It's delicious.
4 in a day. Listen, so I got my Wii U off of eBay. I started watching Nintendo Directs more earnestly because at that point I didn't give a crap about what they were talking about.
Fair.
I was definitely a Xbox gamer at that point.
Hell yeah.
But Smash was coming out and I loved Smash Melee. If anyone knows my story of gaming, pretty much in general, I played. We had a TV in our senior lounge at my high school, and on that TV, someone brought a GameCube with Melee, and that was how I like kind of broke out of my shell a little bit as a very shy person, because I realized that it wasn't weird to like video games. People liked video games, and I was like, oh, I'm not abnormal, and that's what kind of got me to honestly where I am right now. Where with Brody yelling, famous and Brody yelling about drinking 4 large Baja Blasts in a single day.
Maybe you shouldn't have played video games.
Maybe I shouldn't have. Yeah. Honestly, things might have been easier. He just wanted a snack. He was just wanted a little treat.
The beauty of the Crubcast is I get to spend an hour whenever I'm on it, just like forcibly making my friends listen to the shit I've done.
It is really funny. It really is. I want to shit on you as much as I am, but also it is really funny. Anyway, that all happens. I get the Wii U. I move out to college. I meet Nico and Kevin. We're playing Smash Brawl at the time because it was backwards compatible, obviously. So we were just playing Brawl, hanging out until Wii U came out. And I went to the local GameStop at the college and I picked up Smash 4 for Wii U. I couldn't get the bundle. I wanted the bundle so bad of the game, the GameCube controller and the dongle. I ended up getting everything separately. It was the same exact price. I just couldn't get the bundle because it was sold out. And then I also picked up a Mario amiibo. And that was the start of to my right, the case of at least 90 amiibos sitting next to me.
So I get flack for $100 on Taco Bell.
I was about to say, we're about to sit here and completely normalize that and be like, oh, that's pretty cool, Justin. 90 amiibo. That's like most of them.
That's every single Smash amiibo that they ever made. And I have a couple of extra ones in there. I have retro 8-bit pixel Mario. I got Wedding Peach and Mario. I have all the Fire Emblem ones, obviously, because I'm a Fire Emblem shill.
Of course.
Like, at least my purchase gave me sustenance.
Yeah, at least Brody could poop his out later.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you have the Box Boy amiibo?
That's one I don't have. I don't have Box Boy. I don't have the Monster Hunter Stories ones. I don't have there's more that I didn't pick up. I don't pick up a lot of the Animal Crossing cards.
Oh, right, the cards. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember the Mario Sports Mix amiibo cards that they made for the 3DS game?
I remember.
Do you remember those?
It was a bad time.
Living nearby, living within like travelable distance to the Nintendo store was crazy because I would go there. I went there for 2 E3s with my friend that I won't dox. Not the same friend that eats only 6 foods, but a friend that I still talk to this day. We would go to the Nintendo store to watch all the E3s. And there's one E3, I remember being at the Nintendo store. We were playing, they were just passing around controllers and they had Smash Wii U up on the big screen before the Direct came on from E3. So they had the Direct play. It was the Direct that I think was universally panned as like being a really bad one. I think it was 2017, 18. It was the one where they revealed Fire Emblem Fates. So I was like extremely, extremely, extremely happy that a new Fire Emblem game got announced. Fire Emblem Fates. It was the one
in 2017.
Games.
Which year?
16? Was it 16? No, it's 2015. 2015. Thank you.
That sounds better.
Chat.
Yeah.
2015. And it was crazy because the Direct happened. Everyone was cheering for everything that was happening. I think it was the Muppet one, so they were doing the Muppets that year. I think they announced Star Fox Guard that year. I think that was the year they announced Star Fox Zero, Star Fox Guard, Fire Emblem Fates, that one. And then at the end of the Direct, the staff at the store come in front and they're like, we hope you guys enjoyed the Direct and we have a special surprise for everyone. Robin and Lucina amiibos are on sale at the first floor. You can go get your Robin and Lucina amiibos.
And one man pushed everyone over to rush to the front desk and he was J-Tart 9, bro.
9. Bro, I bought those amiibo.
Were
like
people
that.
Excited?
Yeah. Bro, there was a line that formed up at the first floor because if you've ever been to that store,
right,
it's 2 floors, and so they were watching it on the second floor, and then on the first floor they were selling the amiibo.
Good day for you,
man. Great day for me. I've sent my friend who I watched the Direct with that day went out from our college to New York to the store, hopped on a bus, got there at 8 a.m. to get Rosalina amiibos. I remember that. Like that whole era of Nintendo was weirdly like it got me back into liking Nintendo.
Same,
Weird.
Even though I feel like I shouldn't have in retrospect. You know what I mean?
Absolutely not.
There
Absolutely
is some fanaticism around the amiibo thing that I think bled into everything else. But when I look back objectively, I was spending a lot of time on my 3DS playing like DS Pokemon games. And a lot of time on my Wii U playing 30-cent NES games, apparently. Right. But I sure have a lot of them over there. They were fun. You could never get them. You had to be up at like I remember one time I just couldn't sleep and I just happened to wake up one night at the exact right time period of like 6 a.m. And bro, I got the Jigglypuff amiibo and people were so jealous in my immediate
The Target exclusive?
The Target exclusive. And I just happened to be there during the window it was open because you had to, if you weren't around, amiibos or whatever these days, but back then, this was life or death. This was like how Pokemon cards are now. Amiibo were kind of there just on like a smaller demographic, but the fervor, check your brick seek, set your alerts, get your phone notifications. Hey, your friend saw one down the street. You better get there within 8 minutes because there's kind of a guy who's kind of eyeing it up. Like it was like life or death sometimes for some of these amiibo characters you didn't even like. Jigglypuff, sure. Little Mac,
Target
that's
exclusive.
Cool.
Do you think this was also the case? Like, do you think there was a small but very dedicated contingent of like Starlink Battle for Atlas fans that would do this with the Starlink toys?
No, because you'd find those at every you'd see those on every shelf. But
I still remember seeing a stacked up wall of Starlink at some store and going like, "Oh God."
Yeah, it's like the Skylanders at that time.
You know, I think I had a UB Funkies when they came out, and I think that was the first Toys to Life that ever happened.
Well, no, the first one for the Wii, the worst one that Nintendo made was Pokemon Battle Rumble U, I think, right?
Pokemon Rumble U, baby.
I think UB Funkies was like a web game.
They had Webkins. I remember that.
Webkins, I think UB Funkies beats Webkins slightly. I'm not 100%.
But no, the amiibo days of hunting amiibos are probably one of the most fun times I've been a consumer in my life.
That's really what it boiled down to. There was like cottage industries of like content creators. I remember a guy, he was the amiibo hunter, and that was his shtick. He's like, I'm hunting the amiibo, bro. And he just go to these stores and film himself running through. And it was like, yeah, man, look, P2 Vision got one. And sometimes he'd get them.
P2, oh my God, I remember him.
You remember the amiibo.
I remember
hunter.
him.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember him.
That was the whole thing. It's like, oh, we got to check out the amiibo hunter this week. Maybe he got the amiibo.
Maybe
it was
he got
thing.
something, yeah.
Maybe
he was like, I didn't
got
find it. Because I remember when they were like, Wii Fit trainers are popping up at GameStops. I remember driving down to my local GameStop, parking the car, running into the store at like 1 p.m. Nobody's there. Everyone's at work, and I see one Wii Fit trainer on the shelf, and I'm like, "Hey, can I get that?" And
you're
they were
looking
like,
around like someone's going to hear you. Like, hey, can I get that?
Yeah, can I get that Wii Fit trainer? And you had to pray that we're like, no, that's only for pre-orders. You had to pray that they weren't saying that.
The store exclusives were one thing, but I still remember when it was like, oh, well, the Japanese version's a little different. Like the Rob one had the Famicom color scheme.
And then they released it in America as a Famicom ROB.
And then you get things where it's like, well, the second printing of the Link one kind of has a better face. So you might actually your original one's kind of worthless now, so you better just throw it and light it on fire and buy it again.
Yeah. And like oh my God, when they all got stuck on the boats because they weren't letting shipments in.
Oh, right.
So like
so much of this has been repressed in the culture.
Yeah. So like all of wave 2 of amiibos, which was like Zelda, Captain Falcon, Little Mac, Diddy Kong, and one other amiibo I don't remember. Like that was like their second wave because the first one was Marth, Villager, Wii Fit Trainer, Mario, Pikachu, Peach, Donkey Kong, and Link. Oh, why do I still remember that?
You apparently have a really great memory of this. I remember the Villager amiibo was an Instagrammable moment for me when it arrived. I apparently found it worthwhile enough to take a photo of the Villager amiibo and go, look what I got. I got it. That was worth a post that day, apparently.
It was. I would say it's still worth a post because I don't know where you'd find one.
I have a question. Since you guys know way more about amiibos than I ever expected. Unfortunately, knowledge to have about amiibos. The only amiibo that I own, my brother gave to me for either my birthday or Christmas, and it's just a Pikachu amiibo. And I have no idea what the significance of it is. I did the Smash NPC thing for about an hour or less, probably less. And then I kind of went neat, and then I never used it again. And it's just kind of a trinket on my shelf.
$3,000. Yeah, it's worth that much.
Yeah, definitely $3,000.
What was your question?
Is it Is it significant? Is there anything?
It was a Wave 1
that.
amiibo that was always readily available to buy, so it was never really super tough to get. It was so the original wave of amiibo, it was called in the community of amiibo the Holy Trinity. And it was Villager, Wii Fit, and Marth. Because you could never find Wii Fit, Villager, or Marth. And like Chris said, the second printing of Villager amiibo had a different face. Like the old face, like I think the new face was bigger on the model.
Mm-hmm.
So like people were like, well, this is a original Villager amiibo, I can tell. So this one's worth $500. And then the second printing of Villager, that's like $50. Do you have your Villager there? No, you have...
No, I have female Corin.
That was an amiibo that was $300.
Then
it got reprinted.
That's
and
when
it went down to like $15.
For some reason, I like playing as her in Smash, so I keep it at eye level near me just in case.
Just in case you need to remember how to play video games?
Yeah. I was going to say, maybe you have the Detective Pikachu amiibo, Brody, but I think you would remember that detail.
No, I think it's just a regular Pikachu.
I have Detective Pikachu. That amiibo is this big. It's like 2 feet tall and 2 feet wide.
I think your story touches on the reality we were all ignoring back then, though. Well, not ignoring, we were open about it, but also the funny underlying current of amiibo, kind of useless.
Yeah. Everyone was like buying them to be like, I can't wait for them to like make a game that uses all these amiibos, like Skylanders.
A Nintendo Skylanders would be hilarious, or like a Disney Infinity.
Yeah, it just never happened.
It was the tight walk to try and be on for them back then, right? Because they couldn't meet demand, so you couldn't make anything that needed them too much. But they like almost went too far in the you don't need this direction, where you're like, okay, well,
I really don't need this then.
Yeah, I can make 3 bombs appear in Twilight Princess HD or whatever if I have a non-Zelda character, right? And you're like, well, why would I even waste my time?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is I will like a lot of them were the features that did exist were so dependent on having the specific amiibo.
Mm-hmm.
There was an amiibo feature in like almost every game, but if you only had 1 or 2, you could only maybe use 1 or 2 of the features if you had those respective games. And so, I don't know. I feel like it would have been smarter to do something like Monster Rancher, where you put any amiibo on anything and it'll give you a randomized thing based on that ID.
I mean, they kind of did that for some games. Because like Chris said, you would put a non-Zelda amiibo into Breath of the Wild and it would like drop a random thing for you. But then you also had the Yarn Yoshi game, where Yoshi's Woolly World, not Crafted World, Woolly World. Every single amiibo had a costume, so you could play as Pac-Man Yoshi, or Sonic Yoshi, or Captain Falcon Yoshi.
Seeing Sonic skins show up in Nintendo games was still kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, and then they also had the Mii costumes in the Mario Kart 8. You could play as Sonic Mii.
Right.
Or Pac-Man Mii.
Speaking of, I feel like the last Wii U exclusive of note that we have not touched on is, of course, the Legend of Zelda DLC for Sonic Lost World.
That is true. It's lost media now because you can't buy it anymore.
Yeah, can you mod it into the PC version?
Yeah, someone adapted that in the Yoshi level. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank God. I never played it because I played Lost World on PC.
Did you watch it on YouTube and be like, man, I missed out?
No, I just saw it promoted and it was like, that's really cool.
It's novel.
If I ever get Lost World, I mean, I might have had Lost World on Wii U and then just bought it on PC again later.
Did you have the Deadly 6 edition, Brody?
No.
It came with the exclusive Nights into Dreams DLC level, bro.
No, well, I do have that on PC though. So
right.
That is pretty cool. But
it's Sonic Lost World though, so it's like, it's kind of cool, but
it's pretty good. Pretty good game.
No, it's pretty bad
for what it tries to do.
We didn't really talk about a lot. Chimbus1 in chat points out Mario Maker. That was the whole thing.
Mario Maker 2 exists.
It had.
I still think Mario Maker 1 is easier to make Mario levels with because you had the gamepad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the issue.
I mean, you could use you could like take the Switch handheld and do it like that.
Yeah,
but who would do that, Brody?
I don't know.
I don't know. it's just for me, it was like I bought Mario Maker. I bought it September 11th when it came out, of course. Never forget. And I put a few hours into it, and I was like, A, I'm not very good at 2D Mario games. Something about them never clicked with me. B, it's a lot more fun to watch strangers on the internet play levels that people they know made to torture them. The content around Mario Maker, A+. A lot of great stuff back then. A lot of great stuff.
I love Game Grumps plays Rubber Ross Mario Maker levels.
I don't
what a
know what
classic.
any of those words mean.
Part 7 of 20.
But yeah, it's like I personally was just kind of like, maybe I shouldn't have bought it and I should have just went to YouTube. And then Mario Maker 2 came out and I just don't even remember that coming out until now. So
I thought it was novel. I mean, like, I'm a Little Big Planet kid, so the entire time I was going, I like this, but also Little Big Planet lets you do more. So I feel like it's like not living up to its potential.
That's fair. I mean, it is very limiting, but it's also just like, it's why I'm more impressed with people who are making levels in it, because it's like, what can they do?
Yeah. And the, like, I think 2 is a Switch, so it doesn't matter. But the fact that they let you make your own worlds, like full world maps and stuff, like that became, okay, you can make a full game now? That's cool.
You make your own world in 2. Which
you could do in Little Big Planet 3 in 2014.
Brody, we're not talking to you anymore after the 5-month infamous bean paste incident.
But then, yeah, the end of the Wii U came. Splatoon was there. Got some Splatoon amiibo. Game is still great. I mean, Splatoon 2 and 3 are just better than Splatoon 1. But, like, I'm one of the very, very weird people with Splatoon where I play it for the story mode. The story mode
maybe I would like the
really good.
Better if I actually played the story mode. I played 2 and I was like, wow, this lobby system sucks because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's why you just play the story mode, because the story mode's actually pretty interesting.
But it's like I don't know, it's like this multiplayer game I want to play with my friends, and there's no easy way to do that, and it's like, wait, why? What? Huh?
Yeah, I mean,
I have to join a game that's going to have a full 8 people. Have my friend join and spectate, hope that someone leaves, and then we're not even guaranteed to be on the same team.
Well, what about when you need to change your loadout?
Yeah.
Then you have to back out.
I think that is the one thing they fixed. I have like 15 major issues with Splatoon 2, and the one they fixed was you can change your loadout between matches.
Yeah.
I mean, Splatoon 3 has a lobby system now, so.
Ooh. Hey.
I've been trying to get the Crub to buy Splatoon 3, because the only person I play it with is Spider Knife. And I have to play Spider Knife. I have to play with Spider Knife in Splatoon recently. It goes down to like $30 all the time, and you guys just don't buy it.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen you mention Splatoon 3 in maybe like 2 years.
Because I kept saying, yo, it's down to $30, and everyone was like, no. And I was like, well, I guess at a certain point, I guess I just shouldn't try. You. Yeah, it's fair.
We don't want to play it with you.
But you know what I do like?
Yokai Watch Just Dance special version. Also available.
Are you trying to segue to our Crubscriber question of the week without mentioning Uncle Grippy?
I mean, you've done it now.
I forget what it is.
Well, this week's Crubscriber Patreon question of the week comes from... Oh, man. It comes from TheCrazyEven. And the question is, if you were to recreate Crub within The Sims, pretend you didn't if you already did, and applied the stats that correlate to real-life Crub members' personalities and habits, who would be the most likely to be the first Sim to drown in the swimming pool without the ladder being taken away?
You know, it's funny. I immediately have an answer to this. I put a lot of thought into it. And my answer is that it's kind of crazy that you only have to give $2 to the Crub Patreon, patreon.com/Crub, to get access to the question form where you can put in unlimited questions if you want. And we have to answer them legally eventually. I think that's my answer, first off. I might have a second answer.
I want to say Brody.
I was thinking Brody too.
What are the stats? Run me through the stats available.
Well, they have to pee real bad.
Brody,
I know there's the meters, right?
I know
you've drank 4 Baja Blasts today, so you have to pee real bad.
Right, there's pee meter, sleep meter, and all those, but I don't think are those the stats?
So you're going to put more liquid into the pool and make yourself more likely to drown. by peeing. All of the Baja Blast.
I'm sorry. Kevin in the chat just said Brody would swim through lava if it meant getting his Taco Bell.
It's true. I'd be carrying those 4 bags and that 4 thing of Baja Blast like above my head. I'd be burning like I'm Odin in One Piece, but man, I'd be getting there.
Like Sam Porter Bridges, but with the stupid Taco Bell orders. Get $100 to Taco Bell on my back.
And it only cost me $8.50 to deliver it.
I'm gonna deposit 500 copper to build this bridge. Get home.
Let me Google Sims 4 stats. Okay, so there's 1.8 billion hours played. That's the wrong stat.
And only 5 of those hours are not Brody's partner.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hello, wife. If you're watching live right now, tell me, what are Sims 4 stats?
Okay, I got you. Charisma, comedy, cooking, gourmet cooking, fishing, fitness, gardening, guitar, handiness, logic, mischief, mixology, painting, okay, DJ mixing, pipe organ, parenting, robotics.
These are
skills.
Yeah.
These are major skills. Minor skills include bowling, dancing, pet training, Salvadorian culture from the Jungle Adventure Pack. Child skills. Okay, let's go with these. Creativity, mental, motor, and social.
Okay, I can work with that.
Yeah, all right.
This sounds concise, actually.
Creativity, social, what were the other 2?
Mental and motor. Mental and motor might actually be the 2 most important ones.
Okay, so these are like the 4 starting categories of the stats you can pick in Disco Elysium.
Every human is born with these 4 stats inherent.
They might have meant hunger, hygiene, bladder, energy, fun, and social. But
right, those are the meters.
Those are like sliding scales. Yeah,
given
stats.
Those update throughout the day.
Why not all of them?
Really, the crux of the question is
who's going to drown?
Who's drowning?
Right.
I'm too buoyant. I am simply too big of a boy. I think if you tried to push me under, I would just push you up with me.
I took like 3 or 4 years of swimming lessons, so like I'm not great, but I feel like I'd be okay.
I'm a very good swimmer. I am a very good swimmer. It's not a thing that I talk about a lot, but I'm a very good swimmer.
Okay, I've been given an answer from my wife. She says drowning, laughter, anger, hunger, koi fish, Murphy bed, and shark.
Is this just everything she experienced listening in the last few minutes? What is that? Shark?
I don't know. How is Murphy bed a stat?
I haven't really been working on my Murphy lately. I'm not going to lie.
How is koi fish a stat?
I've been working on my Ralphing, but not my Murphy.
Have you not been Murphing, bro?
I don't think so. Moriarty is an orb. And I think it's a similar issue where like you push a beach ball underwater, it just
it pop back up. Yeah,
is the answer Trav?
Sean. It could be Sean.
Sean's too muscular.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I think he'd flail, and just through sheer force of being so muscular, he would like torpedo out. Yeah, like with the energy. It might be
is the answer just Trav?
Apparently, these are the ways. So she was listing the ways that you can die in the pool, I think.
Murphy?
Because she goes, sorry, death. And then to clarify on Murphy bed, it's you die from it crushing you. And then she types exhaustion. So you can die from drowning, laughter, anger, hunger, koi fish, Murphy bed, or shark in the pool. You can
die from koi fish?
They're hungry.
Apparently.
They need $100 order.
Koi fish.
I like the idea that koi fish just get out of the water and shoot you.
I like that idea too. I don't know how you got it, but I like it.
Right.
Trav dies. Funeral's probably next week.
I can do that. I can make that happen.
Kevin's athletic. Yeah, I guess it's Trav. I'd like to drown.
Maybe Nico, but like I don't think Nico's prone to that.
Can Nico swim?
I've never seen Nico swim.
Ooh, maybe he's never swam in front of you because he doesn't want you to know that he can't.
That's possible. Oh, no, Nico has swum in front of me. Went to the beach. We had a beach episode.
I almost called him Knuckles. Nico says he's an excellent swimmer in chat. Okay, so Trav would die.
I like the idea that Nico is Knuckles.
Well, he is Sonic, so that would be incorrect.
The Bachidna?
Bachidna?
Nico's the Bachidna.
My parents threw me in a pool in Hawaii and said, there you go. Kind of like how I'm going to throw our viewers back to the void of real life and say, there you go. There's no more of this. Go and think about what you listened to today in detail and get back to us in the comments and write 5 things you learned today. They can all be about Brody's Taco Bell preferences. I will not read them.
I was going to say, this is your homework. Go on your Uber Eats, find your nearest Taco Bell, and then comment what the delivery price is.
Tell us how you would get
currency.
to $120 of your local currency in Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All
Give
my
us your $120 Taco Bell order.
All my Norwegians out there, let me know what your Taco Bell order is.
Hashtag sponsored.